If you've seen our previous videos from this trip to southwest Utah, you know that we've been out at Joshua Tree Landscape for a couple of days, hiking around and enjoying the beautiful western desert at the corner of Utah, Arizona, and Nevada. We had just 2 days left, and so we decided we would head to Zion National Park and spend the day there hiking around and exploring that beautiful park. But we were in for a surprise. Well, we're just on the outskirts of St. George. We got in here this morning after spending 2 nights out in the Joshua Tree area, and it was so quiet and everything. Now we come through St. George, got gas, and it's crazy here. St. George is the fastest growing city in the United States, and you can tell there is construction everywhere. The streets are crowded, the traffic is horrendous. It's so stressful after being out all week into some pretty remote areas. But we're headed to Zion today. We're going to go through the park, spend a little time there, and then head over to Panguitch, which is the turnoff for Bryce Canyon National Park. We're not sure where we're going to stay tonight, what we're going to do. It's going to be cooler up there. We'll be up over 5,000 feet. Bryce is almost 8,000 feet. So we'll just see. But we'd like to maybe do some hiking up there and maybe find some boondocking. I don't know if we can find a camp spot somewhere, being Friday night and everything. But we'll see. We're just going to enjoy this sunshine. We're in a dog park, so the dogs can walk around. They're not playing at all like they normally do. I think yesterday's hike really wore them out, and this whole trip has been a totally new experience for them and for us with these pups too, and they've done great. We've done great. So we're just taking it easy today. We're glad to be out of St. George. That was so stressful coming in on I-15. Holy Hannah. But we're here. We're going to feed the dogs, having a cup of coffee. Then we're heading to Zion National Park. Like I said, we were in for a real surprise when we got to the entrance of Zion National Park. It was absolutely packed. There was a sign at the entrance that said there was no more parking in the park itself. You'd have to park outside the park and take one of the free shuttles into the park. Well, we had our 2 pups, so that wasn't an option, and we decided we would just travel through. We knew what the road was like because we'd been here a few times. It's incredible scenery. It is such a unique area. But the park itself was absolutely jam-packed. We stopped near the visitor center, and I parked in a no parking zone while my wife went into the visitor center because she was looking for a book she had seen there a couple years ago when we were here. And we thought, well, while we're waiting, maybe a spot will open up in the RV section, but it never did. And because we were oversized with our camper, we had to get a special permit to be able to go through the tunnels coming out of Zion National Park. That way they close the traffic from the other direction and we can drive right down the very center of the road, and that was certainly pretty cool. Both directions of the road were absolutely packed, and when there was something to see, obviously everything got backed up, as in this case with these bighorn sheep. They were great to see, they were in such good shape, and it was a beautiful experience to be able to see them.
computer enjoying his cell phone, and the fire.
I'm here at Ruby's Inn. I'm just outside of Bryce Canyon National Park, and we've been on a tour for the last week in southwest Utah. We've been to the petroglyphs in Parowan, Snow Canyon, out to St. George, up near Bryce Canyon, and this is the last day we're headed home. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. And if you enjoy the videos that I've been putting up, please consider subscribing. We've had just an amazing adventure. We've seen the petroglyphs, the sunsets, the sunrises, spectacular, and we have found so many interesting places. The flowers are out in the southern desert, and it was incredible to see the cactuses in bloom. This is inside Ruby's Inn and all the artwork they have up for sale of the canyon and the surrounding areas. It's so beautiful.
We're going to go in here.
That'd be great, thanks.
There you go.
Great, thanks.
Have a good one.
You too. Hey, puppies. So this is their first camping trip, and they've done great. We've had them off leash where we could, when we hiked and also when we camped, and it was amazing how close they stuck, or when we called them back, they came. Especially Newly, the black dog. He has a great recall. He comes galloping back. Gorgeous, on the other hand. This one here. She's kind of like our Malamute and our Husky used to be. They would come back, but kind of at their own pace in a little bit of a circle. It wasn't always a straight line, but they've done really, really well. Oh, and here's my wife. She went in to see if she could find a particular book she's been looking for.
the truck there, and then I thought, oh, that's your house, but I
Old log cabin, and over there, entrance to an old mine. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look at this. An old log cabin. Private property. Lots of broken glass. Oh, this was where they kept animals. Where they kept animals. It's stalls. So we're just a few miles from Antimony in Utah, headed home when we saw this place and decided to stop. Beautiful countryside here. We've come down this big canyon. Wonder if King Kong is on the other side. Well, I think this must have been their shop and their storage area, coal shed, and all that kind of stuff. So this was all their probably hay storage or granary or I can see an old refrigerator there, and here's an old vehicle, an old pickup truck. Hard to see what else might be in there. Looks like a shell of a camper or whatnot. Took some work to build this. Yeah, people using this backdrop as a target practice. So this is hollow underneath us here, I think, where the dogs are. They loaded. Well, I don't think they loaded sheep on here. That's way too high for a truck. I think this goes into a root cellar. Well, we're about 100 miles from home, and we stopped to feed the dogs. Because we left early this morning, we decided we would feed the dogs en route, and we found this back entrance to Yuba Lake we know about, and it's got a nice pull-off area here where the dogs can be inside and walk them, and everything would be off the road. So that's what we're doing now, is feeding our dogs. You know, one of the things that Kathy and I have always agreed upon is that when we're looking for a place to park or a road to go down, or like a campsite, say like last night where we didn't know where we were going to stay, we were up in the Bryce Canyon area, we know that Spirit will always provide for us some great rest stop, some truck stop, a campsite, dispersed camping, whatever it might be. And last night we stayed in a place that we knew about where there's only 4 sites, and unless you know about it, you're not going to find it. And it was quiet. There was one other person there, and we had a wonderful time, a beautiful sunset, a great fire, good dinner, and our dogs could just be off leash and run around. Luckily, they stay pretty close to us, and they have great recall, especially Newly, our black dog. But right now, I want to show you these beautiful little flowers that are blooming all behind me here. The pink ones interspersed in between. It's so beautiful. It's just a carpet of color here. Well, we had a tremendous week, and we're certainly appreciative that our ability to be able to go out and explore like this. We're just nearing the bottom part, or the southern part of Salt Lake Valley, and getting back into our hometown. Thanks for being with us. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.